Good afternoon. Welcome back to Bar TV's coverage of Northern New South Wales Grand Final Day from Magic Park, brought to you by Top Better. We're just moments away now from kickoff in the under-22's. It's Broadmeadow Magic versus the emerging Jets under 18 years. We'll go through the team news first, starting lineups for Broadmeadow first. From back to front, it will be Bradley McKenzie in goals. Across the back, it will be David Ifield, Adam Duggan, Alex Kantorowski, and Willis Nadfalusi, Amon Curry, Anthony Konjarski, Anders Oldham, and Max Markey making up the midfield, and the front two of Justin Mickliffe and Tyson Cummings, with a bench of Levis Desenge, Sam Webb, Charles Cox, Lachlan Webb, and Alex Bozanovsky. For the emerging Jets, 18 years, I'll line up in a 4-3-3 formation. Lachlan Watson in goals, Jacob Dowse, Jordan Salt, Zach Lloyd, and Josh Dwyer, the back four. Jackson Frendo in the midfield, along with Campbell Ross and Matthew Aldred. And then it'll be James Thompson, Kent Harrison, and Aaron Neonkuru up the front, with a bench. With a bench of Joey O'Connor, Riley Smith, Regan Lundy, Tristan Escalent, the reserve goalkeeper, and Tom Curran. I'm joined for this one by Damien Smith and Graham Law for the call. Good afternoon, gents.
Afternoon. Good afternoon, Dan.
Grand Final Day, always exciting. We're looking forward to a big one. It's the Premiers in Broadmeadow looking for the double, but they'll face the team that comes in a real run of form, the emerging Jets, 18 years, who won their semi-final tie by an aggregate of 9-1 over Hamilton Olympic.
Yeah, the emerging Jets are in fine form. But also Broadmeadow are as well. They came from a deficit of 2-0 down for the first leg against Western to come back 3-0 last week. So they'll be full of confidence as well leading into this game. And you know what? They're the minor premiers. They're out to win it. It's their home ground, so they're out to win today. But however, these emerging Jets, there's some great young talent there, and I think it's going to be a close one.
Yeah, definitely. The tone's been set by Magic as a club, with the 19s getting up, and 22's will be looking to follow that on. And just touching on last week, yeah, what a turnaround, 2-0 down and to win 3-0.
So it's the emerging Jets that have got us underway in this one. Running, of course, from left to right on the screen.
Dan, we'll have a special guest in about 5 minutes. Chris Bowling, the Jets goalkeeper coach, and also the Matildas football analysis, coming to say a few words.
So at the moment we're with Dwyer.
So it'll be interesting to see how this game sets out. The 19s game demo was pretty conservative first 20 minutes. Neither team really wanted to show their cards too early. I wonder if this will follow a similar pattern.
Probably. Grand finals are like that, aren't they? It's sort of a little game of chess initially. You know what? You don't want to give yourself, show yourself too much in the first opening 15-20 minutes, but also you don't want to concede in the first 15-20 minutes, because today's all about the result. It doesn't matter how well you play or how poorly you play, it's all about the result.
Yeah, absolutely. We were just speaking to CT about that. It's almost the mentality the players come not to lose the game rather than win it.
It's Alex Kantorowski with the football now. Sorry.
Just on talking to both coaches last night, Webb, big congratulations to Nick Webb. He's won the 19s. Yeah. He coaches 19s and 22s. Obviously, he's got great assistance in David Rastevsky and James Fodor to help him out. Obviously, coaching two sides. So massive congratulations to him. He thinks Jets are one of the best sides in the comp. They've battled against the Jets. They've battled against the Jets this year. They had a 1-1 draw first round, and had a 4-0 loss in the second round. So he knows it's going to be very difficult. Yeah,
indeed. They obviously they try and follow the structure that's set out through the whole path at the Jets youth, but this 22's team can mix it as well. A lot of the teams in the Jets youth obviously playing up. Age levels are seen as pretty weak. This Jets team, this 22's team in this competition don't have that. They got a bit steel about them.
They sure do. They finished third on the ladder after the premiership season, so they have been good for their grand final berth this afternoon. It's been a bit of a frantic opening, a lot of turnover of the ball so far.
It's always the case in the first 5-10 minutes of a grand final. It always gets a bit heated. A lot of enthusiasm until the teams get into a rhythm. Just on Craig Deans, I spoke to Craig Deans last night, and he said, you know what, the Jets youth is all about developing players. However, you know what, today they need to learn how to win. He said their main focus is defending well, but also trying to get a result.
Yeah, absolutely. Just covering off what was said, they've got something a bit different about them, this Jets youth team.
And just on that, I was only just told just recently they've lost their last 2 grand finals, I think, the emerging Jets. So, you know, he wants them to focus on actually winning a game.
Yeah, that was a fabulous game last year. I think it was Hamilton Olympic they played against out at Edgy. I think that one, if I remember rightly, that one last year went to penalty kicks.
So the Jets just looking to get into a bit of a rhythm now. Well, that ends up going forward and turned over.
So just on the Magic 22's, they've had the advantage of having some first graders drop back in recent weeks to get a bit of game time, while the first grade obviously in the semi-finals. Today they haven't. They've got Alex Kantarowski there, an experienced defender, but most of them are made up of young boys, so they're a great young side.
So now with Dwyer again.
Justin on the Magic team, Justin in the 10, wearing the 10 there's a player that I caught my eye a good few years ago, and he's definitely one for the future at Magic. I would imagine I could see him pushing into a first grade spot over the next couple of years.
There's a chance for Cummings, who's been prolific in front of goal this year, although he turns and returns now.
Nice turn by Cummings. Used his body well. Yeah, he scored 15 goals this year, so he's in fine form.
Just noticing too, for Broadmeadow, it appears that Levis Dusenge has actually started this match. We've got number 12 on the pitch at the moment. We originally had him down as a substitute, so we'll have a look at that and see if we can work anything out. There's a bit of head tennis going on at the moment.
Yeah, I think there's been a change in number. Levis is actually number 7 now.
Okay, so you just had a change of shirt number. So that is in fact Anders Oldham wearing number 12 for Broadmeadow.
Yep, so Dwyer with the throw in. Just notice Broadmeadow here, they're quite deep in defence. You know, it's early in the game, they started to drop off a little bit deep, giving a bit of space in midfield for the Jets 3 there. So I think they like to rotate players as well. So, you know, that could be a bit of an issue if they need to push up.
Absolutely. I think it's actually to counter how high Jets have started. They're obviously playing familiar 4-3-3, but it's a very high 3. And I think it's actually forcing Magic to come off the ball a bit deeper.
So that is Oldham now. He hits one long, but there's no one on the end of that. So the Jets will tidy up and look to start again.
I think the Jets are settled in the game probably a little bit better than Broadmeadow just in the initial stages. They sort of look at their shape, nice width. Yeah. Look at the width, the 2 high blokes as we just spoke about. They've got the left fullback starting to push on. Yeah. Good width. That's spreading the midfield, Magic's midfield, and also defence. So they'll be trying to find holes.
I think it has caught Magic off guard a little how high and how wide they're actually starting.
And Magic's coach Nick Webb said to me last night that their aim is to stay compact, really tight in the middle of the park, and let the Jets play round them.
Yeah, that would make sense.
There's Dow's on the ball. The pass up the wing has been blocked off, but it will be returned instead to Jordan Salt. And he plays a ball.
Actually,
finds Frendo.
Spent a couple of seasons coaching young Aaron in the 8 for the Jets. If they can get him on the ball, he's very dangerous with his pace and very good close control of the ball.
Just on the Jets, I really like the way how they're spreading. The ball movement's quite good as well. So the shape's like very good, nice and compact in defence, and nice and a lot of width in attack.
Yeah, definitely. Magic don't look too flustered yet. I think they're quite comfortable with how it's going themselves.
Yeah, agree. That's also the advantage of having someone like a Craig Deans as a coach. Yeah. He's coached A-League before. He's been assistant A-League. And he's got a partner, Chris Bowling, who an old goalkeeper of mine, a little bit crazy, but he's an old goalkeeper of mine. Great fella. Well, sometimes you do have to lie, but he's a great fella. But also, you know what? He's got experience with the Matildas. So there's great experience on the bench.
These kids have got definitely got good mentors in the coaches that they've got.
Just on Chris Boland, we'll have an interview with Chris Boland in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, very good. I think he just had a great experience over in Brazil, did he not?
Yes, yeah, went across with the Matildas as the football analysis.
Yeah.
Video analysis.
I didn't even know he could work a computer. That's incredible.
And also depending on what videos he was watching.
But in all seriousness, hasn't he done fabulously well in his coaching so far?
Oh yeah, he's always going to be a good coach. I remember when I was coaching him, he used to always tell me what was wrong with the side and how to fix it. So,
so that's how he's successful.
That's how we got success. So, and the thing with Chris Boling, he's got a great temperament, not on the park but off the park.
You just see there, of course, Broadmeadow making the best of the size difference there and winning the ball. It's going to be something the Jets will have to look for, is to get through them technically. We've seen some good passing from the men in blue thus far.
You know what, Smudge, you've called us spot on here. Look how compact Magic are. They are just going to sit here and let Jets just have most of the ball, and then I think they're going to try and catch them.
Yep. And allow the Jets to play around them.
This is exactly how this game's unfolding.
But there's a risk. There's a risk there as well. They're sitting deep.
Well,
they're going to do a lot of running, defending. So there is a slight risk. But so far, Nick Webb's got them set up beautifully in defence.
It's just that second phase when they can go, will they, or will they stay in that shape even in attacking sense? Because if they do, they might not create a lot of opportunities today.
Just on the referee, that's Rebecca Davies. That's actually Robbie Davies, the famous icon of Northern South Wales football. Robbie Davies' daughter. She's the first female referee to referee an NPL Grand Final, and she did last year's WPL Grand Final. Yeah,
well done. Actually, on the referees, we were commenting on how good a game the young kid had in the 19's final. Generally, when you're not speaking about the ref, that's when they're doing well, and we thought he had a very good game. Myself, personally, it was a big call given the penalty.
I heard that. I didn't see it, but I heard that. Here we go.
Here's a chance.
Got a chance and a strike straight at the keeper. It's James Thompson getting behind that one.
I just felt the way the Magic defender, the way the Western defender jumped, the arms were down. I thought it was a big call. But other than that, I thought he had a great game.
Just really on Rebecca Davies, just finally, she's a firefighter. And I've been told from colleagues of her, if she wasn't a firefighter, she'd love to open her own florist.
Two quite disparate professions, in fact.
Put the fires out of the water from the jars.
I was also told she can bench press more than the guys in the firefighting unit, so
we've got our first corner of the match now for the Broadmeadow Magic. Max Markey making a nuisance of himself in that far corner of the pitch. Opposite us, we're on the opposite side this afternoon under the scaffolding that the Fox Sports boys use for FFA Cup midweek.
This is where they can be dangerous, Broadmeadow.
Yeah, so this is very interesting setup, Magic. It's the same coach, very different setup. We were chatting at corners in the 19's game. When Magic had a corner, they still kept 4 back. But straight away, this corner here, they've obviously seen that as a weakness of the Jets, because Webby in this game, he left 2 and 1 at the back there, so he was quite comfortable to send more players forward.
Yeah, but also obviously the way they're setting up, they're allowing the Jets to have a lot of possession, so they're either going to get them on the counter attack, which obviously they're set up for that, or set pieces. Yeah. And so obviously they're going to take advantage of these set pieces, and they've got the likes of Alex Kenarowski, who is a seasoned first grader. Unfortunately, he's been injured for most of the year, playing there, and he's a big lad.
Yeah, that is interesting, seeing how that's been set up.
The chance now for Broadmeadow, but the pass is slightly errant, and it's Lloyd that comes up with it.
Yeah, unlucky there, Broadmeadow. He put that pass a little bit better towards the player. They'll 2v1 on the attack.
Big crowd in here now.
Well, it's a big day for Broadmeadow, isn't it? They've got a chance to sweep all 3.
Yeah, we're speaking about that. It's great praise to Bobby and Chile and all the coaching staff, but to have to have 3 teams, Demo, in the 3 grand finals, do you ever manage that?
Yeah. A few years ago in 2012, we won 3 minor premierships, and then we had the 3 grades in the grand final. Unfortunately for our 19s, they lost the grand final, and our 22s and first grade got up. And Chris Bowling he wasn't actually the goalkeeper. He was the goalkeeper the following year. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
2 in a row,
great,
yeah.
anyway, great accolade for Chile and Bobby, and you obviously very close to the guys. You'll know the work they put in.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But they're going to get a tough game in the 22s because the Jets have started well.
And they're a very good side.
Yeah.
So just on that, we've got Chris Bowling, the Jets goalkeeper coach, and also the Matildas video analysis or football analysis. Chris, welcome.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Good to see you again. Haven't seen you for a while. But
it has been a while.
Yeah,
You're
it's
not
been
allowed
good.
out these days, apparently.
So, mate, this emerging Jets side, they're a quality young side. What are your thoughts on their game plan today and how you think they're going to go?
Yeah, well, I thought they've started quite well. They've got on the ball. Obviously, Broadmeadow has given us a lot of time on the ball. I'd actually like to see our fullbacks start to get a little bit higher and start to overlap to try and cause them a bit of trouble in wide areas.
Is Justin Micallef getting forward and dispossessed?
Yep, so Craig Deans, obviously yourself and Craig Deans, and also Leah Ross and Libby Sharp working with these guys. They're a great young side, but it's to have Craig Deans involved in this youth. He was an interim first grade coach for the Jets. I think he won 2 out of his 3 games. He said to me his biggest achievement was being Graham Arnold in one of those games when he coached Central Coast Mariners. But Craig Deans obviously a very experienced coach in yourself. So these boys have, it's a pleasure for them to have Deansy and yourself. What are your thoughts on Deansy? How does Deansy stand out from the rest?
He's got massive experience, as you say, whether it be A-League, as a first-team coach or assistant coach. What's special about him is he coaches our 14s, our 18s, our W-League team, and he's got such a great manner with the players, and you can actually see the difference in his coaching style in between all the different grades, and individually, he works very well. It doesn't matter what sort of personality the players have got, he can get the best out of them all.
Yeah, he's a great fella, Deansy, and he's had a very successful A-League career with Perth Glory and also Newcastle Jets here. Just on yourself, mate, you just went to Brazil, the Olympics. That would have been a fantastic experience. Unfortunately for the Matildas, they didn't, get the results they wanted, but they did well. Thoughts on Rio?
Absolutely unbelievable experience for myself, being such a young coach, to be able to be in the setup from the beginning. So preparation, I went away to the qualifiers and then come back, and then all the preparation leading into the Olympics. Just to see how it all goes at the top level. That's probably the biggest tournament for the women's game, and to be involved, it was great.
And just finally, what's your prediction?
Here?
Yep, here.
It's going to be a tight one. As you say, I think if Broadmeadow were to score, it's going to be either on a counter-attack or a set piece. So we've got to be vigilant in them areas. It could be a 1-0 to us, I think.
What's the future for Chris as a coach?
For me as a coach, mate, I'll stay here with the emerging Jets. I'm loving the gig at the moment. There's W League coming up and things like that. We'll see where it takes us.
And just follow on Deansy. Deansy got Coach of the Year for the W League last year, so he's having a tremendous time at the Jets at the moment. So
he obviously had a great support staff as well that year.
Oh, did he? You weren't there that year?
Nyakuru, and that's errant.
All right, Chris, thank you very much, and you go back to Deansy and help him out.
Thanks, mate. I'll go and change the game. Here we go.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, that's something Aaron in particular is very good at. I worked with Aaron on that quite a bit, coming in on his left foot and off the right. Don't be surprised as well if Aaron switches over to the left-hand side during the game. That's something I've noticed that he's been doing for the Jets youth.
Just on Broadmeadow, that's twice they've nearly got the Jets on the counter attack.
Yep.
If their final pass could just be a bit more crisper, like a bit more specific to the mark, they could capitalise on that.
Yeah, you can tell right away it's something that Webby's worked on here. I don't think Magic are too concerned at all about Jets having most of the ball here.
Well, they just haven't had a chance, like a dead set outright chance.
Yeah.
They've had a few half chances, haven't they? And they've been in some good areas, but they've defended very well,
Yeah.
the Jets.
Yeah.
Magic, sorry.
Yeah, it's an interesting game. There's certainly two tactics, and if you ask both coaches just now, they both say that they're working.
Yep.
We've got a foul there near the middle of the pitch at the moment. Looks like it was James Thompson that was taken down there illegally, so it'd be a free kick. It's not close enough for a direct shot, so they'll be looking to try and pick out a head here perhaps Two-man wall for the Magic. Just gets chipped over, just in front of Nyankuru, who does do well to keep it in, but he's possibly going to run out of room. He needs some support and does find it.
That's disappointing.
Just breaks down a bit in the end.
Just on Magic, even their goalkeeper, he's an experienced goalkeeper. He's played first grade over the years. Brad McKenzie, he's their captain of their side. So it's great to have an experienced goalkeeper in a side like this.
Yeah, he's a real communicator.
Yeah.
Very vocal for a goalkeeper. When you listen to his instructions, he is absolutely like another defender out there, and he's pretty comfortable with the ball at his feet as well.
Yeah.
And you look at the Magic bench, they've got a match winner sitting on the bench.
There's James Harrison dropping a bit deeper there. He's found Dowse, but he's got in a muddle, and it's Markey that's come up with it. Dowse has won it back, though, and then Markey, and now he'll be getting forward now. They've got numbers of Broadmeadow, but again, the Jets hold solid at the back.
There's Justin dropping into the hole again.
Dwyer was out quick again. He's going on a run himself there. Just a bit of a heavy touch there. Curry comes up with it and then shifts it to Kantarovski. Alex Kantarovski, that is.
That's good width from Magic. Got nice and wide, nice and early. Just on the Jets, the way they have to break down Magic is running at players, doing the 1-2s, trying to try and get overload in midfield and get that 2v1 situation, and then that forward run beyond their back four. Because at the moment, the way the Magic have set up is very, 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 very structured, very organised, and they're doing a great job. And Nick Webb will be very happy.
Yeah, absolutely. They're sitting almost Magic. I know it looks like a 4-4-2, but it's more a 4-1-4-1 almost.
Yeah, that's right. Or even like a 4-4-1-1 sort of thing.
Yeah.
With Nikolov just sitting in front of those, or just behind the 9.
Real interesting, actually, Webby coaching one final and then straight into another. How you having to switch all that emotion and the thoughts into the previous game. You just have to switch on to a different opposition and two very different games. Weston sat in. He tried to take the game to them in the 19s, and it's the exact opposite in this game. I'm not sure it's something I'd want to do, be coaching 2 grand finals in the one day.
You know what, he's been coaching both sides all year, so he's done a fabulous job. And you know what, a credit to him, now he's going to be Ruben Zakovic's assistant coach next year, so Magic see potential in Nick Webb, and I agree. When I've spoken to him about football, I enjoy his chat.
I don't know him too well, but I've been out at a couple of Magic games and sat with him in first grade, and he certainly knows what he's doing. He's a good guy to talk to about the game. My point there was the emotions he went in and having to switch
the euphoria from
straight into another game.
Yeah, that's right, and that's where the assistants come in, like your James Fodef and Dools, Ristevski.
He's a very relaxed coach on the sidelines as well, isn't he? He doesn't show much emotion, Webby.
And as Oldham, he finds Cummings, and then Mikulev. Move wide for Markey, ball's in, it's blocked off, Salt clears now.
Damo, they're starting to put a couple of more numbers forward, Magic, now.
Oh, totally agree. You know what, the change of the guard, sort of the change of the game, it's just Magic's just starting to push a little bit more forward, a few more numbers forward. You know what, they've weathered the storm for the Jets, and quite comfortably. So, but long way to go, we're only 20 minutes in.
Of course, remembering 2 40-minute halves for the under-22s as well, so that's something that we'll have to be mindful of. Might get a bit carried away here. We've got another corner now.
So here's an opportunity now for Magic as the ceiling falls apart.
Thank you. Just passing the debris that's falling on our heads at the moment. So
we're hoping it's falling and not getting thrown.
Another chance for Magic now. Konjarski looks like he's going to step up to take this one. Plenty of numbers forward, red shirts.
Put all the numbers up.
Comes in low. Cummings did get onto it. Salt did enough to make a nuisance of himself. It's still with Broadmeadow. Jets couldn't clear their lines.
They wouldn't want to turn it over here, though. This could quickly become a 2-on-2 at the back here.
Yeah, they've got numbers forward. You're exactly right there, Graham.
Yeah, they've spotted that. Yeah, Cantor spotted that, and he's came back. That's a great ball.
Over. Curry.
He had more time
than
he had time to bring that ball down there, and he would have been in a good position. It was a fabulous cross.
Just on the Jets goalkeeper, Lachlan Watson. He stepped in for... sorry, his name's just eluded me. Yeah, Sorry, someone.
Tristan.
Jones. Yeah, Tristan Jones. Yeah, he was the goalkeeper, but he got injured at first grade training a few weeks ago.
Right, okay.
So Lachlan's had to step up.
And you know, you look at the Jets over in China and the young kids that have travelled there, and 3 of those kids were playing this level just last year. Isn't that a great? It's a great example of what can be achieved through the Jets youth program.
Exactly.
In fact, I believe one of the kids actually scored over there in China this week.
Yeah, Brian Mora. Oh,
Yeah.
great hit.
Frendo wound up then. Just found a body in the end. It's Dwyer on the ball now. He's come over from the right back position and back to the captain, Salt.
Just on the Jets, even then, like... Sorry, Frendo with the ball. Oh, we just lost it.
Just turned it over now, and it's Curry.
Yeah, here's an opportunity.
They'll try and break
this is
quickly.
His break that you were talking about, Damo. Oh, that's disappointing.
They just got
They
held
had
up
numbers.
a bit. Yeah, they just got held up a bit in the midfield, didn't they? So it's Dow's for the emerging
did, Dan.
Jets, and then Harrison. He can't bring it under control, but they have earned a free kick now
Yeah, that
in
was,
a promising area.
yeah, Duggan checked him then, which was, I think it was a fair enough check because Harrison, he was away.
Yeah.
And Harrison can score. He's got how many goals this year? He's got 15 goals this year, so he's their goal scorer.
It's James Thompson standing over the ball. They've got 3 in the wall for the Magic. It's chipped over. It's Kandarovsky that gets a foot on it, but it will be a corner, so that will be the emerging Jets' first corner of the match. We'll see how they work
Dan
this.
didn't really have anyone challenging for that though. It was you know, Jets, they floated it in there, and I think they're almost looking for the second phase ball there. They don't want to commit somebody to the...
So it goes short. It's Dowse. Doesn't get far. And it goes back to Ross now. Campbell Ross, Nyankuru. Return to Ross. Good movement here. The ball is played in. Keeper is out quickly to it. Is Mackenzie.
Yeah, that was better play from the Jets. That's what we want to see. We want to see them taking players on.
Yep.
But otherwise, Magic look quite comfortable sitting there, don't they?
It's the first time they've played a ball in behind, actually.
Yep. And you know what? As you know, Graham has been a coach as well. Forward runs are the hardest runs to defend.
Oh,
so
absolutely,
they can play a few 1-2s, get someone running beyond the back 4. It's going to be very hard to defend.
Yeah, it's the first time they've played in behind, and they almost triggered it, actually. But, yeah, Magic are happy with Jets in front of them.
Duggan thumps it long. Dwyer deals with it well. And then back to Salt. And returned to Frendo.
He's a good player, this Frendo.
Yeah.
Very comfortable on the ball. Unlucky there, but, you know, he's just comfortable on the ball. He doesn't panic when he gets the ball. He can turn.
Picks a good pass out as well, Damo.
Because he used to win their under-16 side last year. Still a high school student like a number of these players. Of course, it is the under-22's grand final, but this is the emerging Jets 18 years side that we might remind you of, which explains the size disparity too between the teams.
But again, as I touched on, this Jets youth team, they're young kids, but they can mix it when they have to. I've not seen them pushed off many games and bullied out of many games this year.
It's way to Amon Curry, who crosses it over. That'll be difficult to get any power behind that header. It is. So
Look
it's
at the
Ross.
numbers Magic have got back here.
It's Ross that comes out with it now, and then Harrison, and then back to Ross. But in fact, it was Nadfalusi who was out quickly to that. Dwyer now for the Jets.
This game's following a very, very similar trend to the 19's game now.
Yeah, either side's not really committed to actually push numbers forward. They've just been very... They're waiting for the mistake, then. That was nearly a mistake. And it is a grand final. It's all about result. That's what we said.
Yeah, that's right. And I think it's going to follow a similar trend second half. Yeah, I think you'll probably see this game open up second half.
Definitely.
Nyankuru.
Oh, 2 balls on the park.
Yeah, we're going to have to deal with that.
Yeah, unfortunate for Aaron there.
Bit of multi-ball. Some have said that multi-ball should be used to decide extra time. In fact, there's one rather crazy idea I heard getting about a while ago.
Did that come from CT by any chance?
No, that was something I read a little while ago. Actually, it sounds like one of CT's crazy ideas, though, doesn't it?
We used to have some training drills where there was multi-ball, so you defended 2 balls. So, it was all about communication in the back 4 or whoever was playing. So, that was fun.
Yeah, I've got a drill I do. I only use 1 ball, but there's 4 goals. It's an aspect you're having to attack and defend 4 goals at the same time. So, but no, I wouldn't mind having a look at that drill demo.
Yeah, it's a multi-ball sort of.
I'm not sure the likes of our referee, Rebecca Davies, would be too happy trying to referee a multi-ball match, but anyway.
No, it would be difficult.
So it's Cummings who got a turn, but then it was Salt that just got a foot in the nick of time. Of course, Cummings is the leading goal scorer in the under-22s this year.
Yeah, Nick Webb was saying last night that, Cummings, he never gives up and his energy helps the team. Give that extra 10%.
Yeah.
I think by trade he's a mechanic.
Yeah, that's right, he is too. So interesting stuff there. We've got.
He's very much your number 9, isn't he? He's just waiting on his opportunity here, just following the lines and just waiting his moment popping up, really, isn't he?
A few bubbles in the middle of the park, sort of making it a little bit more difficult for the players actually. Yeah, the ball's bouncing a bit. So.
Because pitch did see some traffic on Tuesday night as well for that.
Reece Thompson giving his prediction for the day in Magic in first grade.
And a free kick now for the Magic. So we're just getting towards the final 10 minutes of the half fairly soonish. That's Markey. Ball comes in and Watson's just happy to let that one run across the face of goal.
You know what? I think both coaches will be reasonably happy. They haven't conceded. Both look quite comfortable against each other.
Yep.
But like you said, I think it's going to open up. That last 15, 20 minutes, I think it's really going to open up.
Yeah, I believe so as well. And this is when the coaches earn their corn, so to speak, with the second part of the game coming up now. Have they got something that they can outwit the other team on?
That's right.
Is there something fresh? Will the players carry it through?
What's funny is that the Jets seem to be having just a little bit more joy working the ball through the midfield at the moment, but still that back 4 for Broadmeadow, very strong, dealing with any threat.
That's what we're saying. I think the Jets need to just change it up a little bit, try and make some forward runs beyond the back 4, or...
No, the longer this game goes on, and I look at the 2 benches, I brought up earlier, Magic have match winners sitting on that bench.
Yeah, of course, number.
Great turn by Thompson. That's a great turn.
Great turn. This is this overload you were talking about, Damo. Can they take advantage of it here? And he's came inside.
It's Nyankuru.
And that's what Edgeworth are very good at doing in first grade. They overload the midfield. Right, they create the extra players, and they're difficult to defend sometimes.
Absolutely. That was a real opportunity for them to get in behind there, and they've came back inside. Now Magic have got the numbers back again.
Yep. So this is where the Jets need to take players on.
It's opened up for Dwyer. He feeds the ball in for Thompson. Across and then blocked and cleared. A bit of a dangerous moment though for the Magic. They just let Dwyer walk through the middle there.
And that's what we said. The Jets, they're sitting back. They need to take players on. Do the 1-2s around their players. Yep. Create a 2v1.
And the thing is, when they get that situation, they got to take advantage of it.
Because we haven't seen too many clear-cut chances at the moment, have we? It's this is like a game of chess.
Yeah. They're not getting the chance to play out here. Oh, they're going to... Okay. Will they press
make some trouble for themselves?
I was just going to say that.
I'm not sure if that was intended, but that was probably the smart option.
Smart move by Duggan.
Ensure that ball didn't go into play.
Thought that was a foul. Yep. Good referee. She played on to see if there was an advantage, and there wasn't, so she brought it back. That was well done by Rebecca. Just noticing they're both Robbie Davies and Rebecca Davies, both are Davies.
Yeah. And referee, the father was as well, I believe.
Yeah. He was an icon referee. You loved him or you hated him.
That's referees, isn't it? And your good mate Chili has managed to get back on the bench today.
Yep, he was very happy with that. So he only got the 1 week.
Harrison slipped there. It was on. A little bit of a nudge, and Cummings was offside anyway.
You know, with Cummings, that's twice. He's just a bit slow to get back. I'd probably want him back because, there's an opportunity to break nice and quick. So if I was Nick Webb, I'd be making sure he gets back onside a bit quicker when the ball breaks down, because that's twice. You know, if he was onside, he could have broken off.
He is that type of player, though, Damo. Like,
Is he?
He's quite a stationary 9.
Yeah.
He's almost a typical 9. He just knows he's going to get a chance to win this game at some stage.
Yeah.
And it's ball to feet.
Thompson tries to chip over the top. Mackenzie is out to deal with that. So no danger there. He heads it, sends it to Curry.
I tell you, that's disappointing. That was a great kick out by Mackenzie there. He found his player well. That was a chance to break.
Curry again, and then Ifield. Still Curry. Stepping over and stepping over. Dwyer was good there. He was composed.
Max has hurt himself for a few minutes back there. He's still recovering here. Max Markey for Magic. He's not.
Oh, great turn. Oh. Thompson was unlucky there. Great turn, but Kantarowski, there's the experience. Just got his body in front.
He just read it, didn't he?
Yeah. I have the occasional lunch with Alex Kantarowski at the John Hunt. He's a radiographer up there. Nice guy, lovely family. Obviously, his brother plays first grade, and his other brother, Ben Kantarowski, plays for somebody in Newcastle.
Yeah, good football family.
Cummings with the bicycle. And then a chance. Dwyer was in the way of it. It was Mikulev trying to eat off the scraps. Duggan now comes up with it. You look for the chip over the top. Might find Curry, but instead goes all the way through to Lachlan Watson, who was an outfield player until 3 years ago, I'm told, which would explain why his footwork has been so impeccable today.
Yes.
Great challenge by Kantarowski.
Yeah, he's just read it again, hasn't he? He's going to be very important. He's going to have a say in this game here.
Kantarowski is a first grade player, and he's unfortunately he's been injured with hamstrings and other issues throughout the season, so hadn't been able to get in. But also, obviously, Magic's back four's been doing well as well. So
This is Ross,
and he's a good kid as well.
Great kid. I've got a feeling the longer this game goes, I think the more it's going to suit Magic.
I agree. And it's this the kids are going to have to show patience, the Jets, and I'm not sure that's a quality that young kids in general have.
just a break now. It's a foot race between Cummings and also Lloyd. Cummings has gone down there. He seems to have gone to hold his ankle. Referee Rebecca Davies was unmoved though.
Yeah, she is. She had a look at that for a penalty for a moment.
For me, there's no replays there, but for me, it looked like a fair challenge for me, a little of a bump, and I thought he just went down quite awkwardly on his knee, on his ankle. Sorry,
I thought she called it well. It is one that you've seen them given for that though.
Gotta be careful here, Magic.
Duggan playing out,
and again,
yeah.
If he could get back onside, they could break nice and quick. Nick Webb, he needs to say something to Cummings at half time. I know he's sort of more that traditional number 9. However, there's real opportunities out there for him.
Yeah. Even if his recovery's wider,
Yeah, he just needs to get back. Yeah, get onside, and then
Jets have came right out the game the last 10 minutes here. Magic have bossed the last 10 minutes here.
Duggan just getting into a bit of a tangle. Dowse will bring it down.
So you were touching on the coaches. I think both are going to be happy at half time if this is how it stays.
Oh, definitely. To be honest, I think both sides have played perfectly probably to their game plan.
Yeah.
Magic's starting to have a few chances on the counter now, and they're forcing the Jets to play around. They're so compact in the middle of the park, which is set up defensively really, really well. Where the Jets are holding the ball well, they've got the weight of possession. They just need to create a little bit more in that front third. Just need to get like a forward run or try and get a 1-2.
Yeah, well, it's getting that player to run in behind Magic's defence, isn't it? And there's been a couple of times that the players made the run and the ball's not went. See, they're starting to force Jets to go a bit longer now, and this is suiting Magic.
Nadfalusi looks for the release of Markey, but
here we go.
Salt was out to it first.
So
chance now maybe for the
Jets. There's a 4v4.
Yeah. Oh, well done.
Great challenge.
Yeah. They could be in trouble here now. They overload. Disappointing again, Jets. They're used to the balls not being great in the last little while, has it?
They'll have another
touch
chance
by
though. Thompson.
So this is 3 times in the last 30 seconds have been in that area.
Oh, hard check. It should come back. It will come back for the free kick.
But that's well ref by Rebecca Davies.
Yeah,
Allow play to go on, then she's brought it back.
That's a couple of times she's done that now.
One thing I'd like to see is you got your number 9 or number 5, Ken Harrison, playing a number 9 role. He's staying up there. I like to see him drop back into the pockets, let the 2 centre fullbacks for Magic try and decide if to push forward.
They're going to come higher
and create gaps and get a forward running beyond there.
Somebody's got to make that run though. You're looking for Aaron or who's playing on the left, or James to make the run.
Yep.
Broadmeadow try and break quickly here. Could get through for
Justin's got good feet. He could create something here.
He's waiting for some help to come now. Is Justin Mikulev. It arrives in the form of Konjarski, who goes himself. Shot is blocked. Markey out on the edge of the area. Well shepherded by Salt, who turns him around. It's been a good battle between those two so far, and Salt does well, wins the goal kick in the end for the emerging Jets.
You know what? Salt's their captain. That was tremendous by Salt. Craig Deans was saying about Salt, he's a great defender. He's very strong in the air, and he's got great leadership skills. Yep. And that showed then. He was just so calm and shepherded the ball out.
Yeah, he diffused quite a dangerous situation there. Notice the difference here. So Magic are happy for Jets to play out from the goal kicks, whereas Jets are pressing Magic in that situation. It's 2 very different
styles, aren't they? Contrasting styles.
They are, and they're making for a good game.
But one thing the Jets are, they're very structured, very organised. Sometimes when they are structured and organised, it's easier to defend because you know where players are running.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what Magic's done. They've just sat, they know. They're allowing the Jets to just play around them, and it's hard for them to get through. So sometimes off-the-cuff sort of stuff, which Magic's first grade do, like with Virgili and Bradbury, they just do whatever, and and that's why they got 30 goals between them, 35 goals between them. Off-the-cuff stuff's really hard to defend, but sometimes structured stuff is a lot easier to defend.
Yeah, it is.
We just had one down there receiving treatment. I think it might have been, was it Markey again maybe?
Yeah, I don't think Markey's fully recovered from that hit he got about 10 minutes ago, but it'd be real interesting to see if he comes out for the second half.
Well, they'll get a chance to give him a look over in just a moment because that is half-time in the Under-22's grand final. We'll just get some quick thoughts again from your summary of the whole first half, Damien Smith and Graham Law, before we go to a break. How'd you see it?
You know what? Very even first half. If anything, the Jets had the weight of possession. They knocked the ball around really well, the Jets, but in the front third, they're just not creating or having that, that sharp edge or that forward run beyond the back four where Magic looked quite comfortable in defence. And you know what? I think Magic will be very pleased with the first half. Yeah. They're in a real chance in this second half.
Yeah, I think both coaches we've touched on will be happy at half-time. I'm going to be really interested to see what coach makes a change tactically, because one of them will make a change to go and try and win this game.
And just to mention, Ben Homer's home watching Bar TV. He'll be here for first grade a little bit later on, saying he's loving the coverage and he cannot understand Graham Law.
I'm pretty sure that didn't say that, but hey, we'll go with that. What's your just while we're got a half time? What's your predictions for the first grade demo?
First grade, I predicted Magic in a shootout about 6 weeks ago, even before the whole.
You predicted that 6 weeks ago.
About 6 weeks ago, but Edgy are a quality side. They're going to be hard to beat. But you know what? I said Magic. They're off the cuff. They got Virgili and they got Bradbury.
Yep.
They can strike at any time. So I'm going to have to go with my blood, and it's Magic. It's going to be a tough one, but
I think it's going to be a cracker. Very different to the 19s game and so far the 22s. I think both teams will open up quickly, and I can see quite a few goals in this final of first grade today.
So that's coming up a little bit later this afternoon. In the meantime, we're about to take a break because it's half-time in the Under-22 grand final. No score at the moment. Broadmeadow Magic 0, Emerging Jets 18 years 0.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the field of play our match officials along with Broadmeadow Magic and the Emerging Jets for the second half in the 22's Grand Final.
Welcome back to Bar TV, brought to you by Top Better. We're just about to get started in the second half of the Under-22 Grand Final at Magic Park. We didn't see any goals in the first half. We saw some composed football, a little bit cagey if anything, so it's still Broadmeadow Magic 0 and the Emerging Jets 18 years 0. I'm Daniel Herrero joining you for the lunchtime shift. It is the Under-22 Grand Final with Damien Smith and Graham Law alongside me as we get underway now, second half.
So one thing I've noted straight away, and I did think it was going to happen, so Aaron switched and he's came over to the left straight away. It's something I've seen this team do quite a lot this year.
You know what, it's a good move as well, because sometimes I think they need to change up their front third a little bit. They've been good, the Jets, but I think they need just something a little bit different in attack and just changing personnel, which they do it a lot this year.
And young Aaron likes to come in on his right foot. You've seen it even in the first half there. There was a chance he overloaded a couple of times and he didn't take it. He came inside. So he's going to come in on his right foot and he's got a good strike. They might get something out of this.
It is, of course, Aaron Nyankuru, the number 8. You can see near the edge of the frame at the moment.
So what, Webby, what's Webby said at half-time?
To be honest, I think he'd be pretty happy, reasonably happy. Defensive structure is right, like spot on, I feel. Yep. The Jets have barely had a chance. They've been in a few good positions, but their front third just hasn't been as crisp. And you know what? Sorry, I think they just need to work on, obviously set pieces is key for them, but also breaking nice and quick when they win the ball.
Yeah. So does the Magic sit in? Do they continue to sit in, or will they have a go at the game at some stage if it stays 0-0?
Definitely have a go at the game. I reckon the first 20 minutes, just sit in, just play the game how it's been playing, and then the last 20 really start the push. Yeah. We noticed that last 10 minutes in the first half, Magic started to push a bit more forward, and they started to look dangerous. But Webby's an excellent coach, and he'd be reasonably happy for sure.
It's a great ball.
Finds Curry, but then he has it taken off him by Dwyer, who was very good at right back in the first half for the Jets. Here's a chance, Cummings, blocked by Watson and then cleared by Dowes.
That there, Demos, is Cummings, the 9. He's just sat and waited on that position the whole game, and he'll feel that was his opportunity there.
Probably the best chance that either side have had so far. It's Konjarski now, and then out to Markey, who has retaken to the pitch for the second half. We saw him pick up that knock during the first stanza, but he's back and firing at the moment, and Broadmeadow now have an early corner.
Good start by Broadmeadow, and that's one other thing with the young guys. They are due to, they make little mistakes, especially in the back third, and that's where Magic can pounce.
Yeah, I agree.
A good area. Watson is high. He takes it well.
Yeah, really well done, keeper.
And they'll try and go quickly with Dwyer. And then Aldred.
They're one-on-one at the back here.
Just hold it up enough now. Broadmeadow will recover. To Lachlan Watson again.
Look at Magic. Look how compact they are. Yeah. They're like nice high line. They've dropped off a little bit. 15 yards between front and back. Very tight. Yeah. Very structured.
Harrison still found a bit of room here, and that's not a bad ball. Thompson will try and chase it down. He can't quite make it, and in the end, the defender did well there as well, just to get his body in the way.
What I liked about Harrison there, we mentioned this in the first half, he dropped off the two centre-backs, found some space in the pocket, he was able to turn, and he was trying to get Thomas in. So, yeah, he was very unlucky.
Cummings just tried for the flick there, didn't quite get onto it. So it's all the way through to Watson. Then back out now with Zach Lloyd. He's got a lot of space to work with. Broadmeadow's really sat back there.
He was allowed to travel 40 metres with the ball there.
Kept in play though.
So the other thing what Broadmeadow could do, they can allow the left and right fullback to travel forward, stay compact, try and win the ball, and then break nice and quick in that space which has been vacated by the left or right fullback. In that phase there. So that's another thing Broadmeadow could look out for.
Sneakura was a nice little turn, but Konjarski was across quickly then to whip that one off him.
This cloud cover's going to suit the players in first grade today. It's not going to get too warm, I think. And
good for our camera as well. We are on the opposite side today, so facing the west.
Just on Konjarski just earlier. He was very calm on the ball then.
Yep.
Nick Webb said he's a brilliant passer of the ball. And he's the ball very sweet, better than most, and he's their dictator of the squad.
This Markey doesn't quite beat his man. Aldred now, and then across to Dwyer. He's also got a bit of room to move and just takes it up into the midfield.
that was that run you were speaking about there in behind the defenders. They just, he's got the ball back. So,
you know, one thing, to be honest, if I was Deansy or if I was coaching against Broadmeadow, I'd probably knock a few longer balls over the top, turn them round.
Yeah.
Because what will happen then, they'll start to drop deeper, expecting that ball, which will create more space in the midfield. Just to change it up a bit, because at the moment, Magic look comfortable in defence.
Yeah, they do. I think they did. There was one or two they tried to play long first half, but the players didn't read it, Demo. They were just, the ball went long and the players were coming short, and it's really just turning the ball straight back over. But I agree, yeah, you try and catch Magic on the toes and get them second guessing a bit.
A couple of half chances there for the emerging Jets again. It was Dwyer with the big wind up. We have Broadmeadow with the throw in now, Markey.
What are your thoughts, Dan? Do you think there's going to be a goal?
I could see us going into extras at this stage.
I think
If there's going to be a goal, I think it'll come late.
Is it extra time, Dan? Is it straight to penalties?
I think straight to pens, actually. I think.
I'm not so sure there's going to be a goal in this game. I was very confident that the game would open up the 19s and there'd be a goal, and so it proved. I'm not so sure there's going to be a goal in this game here.
And part of the reason is they're both well-drilled sides.
Yeah, they are.
They? Structurally, in defence, they're so organised.
Here is Markey.
Nice touch.
The go himself is just across the face of goal. We've got a touch on the way through, so
I think
they've given offside, actually. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Rebecca Davies is pointing at the corner. I think that's what she was doing. I got all confused. Everyone started setting for a goal kick.
The linesman had his flag up for offside, actually, so she's overruled that.
I didn't think, me personally, I didn't think there was a touch. I thought it went straight across the goal.
So
even Magic guys, they actually got back for
so did I, yeah.
Yeah, they got back. Oh, quick corner.
That's
Catch one
disappointing.
out.
Here's a chance. Oh, just not close.
Graham, these days are one of the best days of the year. It's Father's Day. You get breakfast in bed and you come and watch the soccer all afternoon. My wife is very happy with that. So
Yeah, good days. Got my breakfast made by the wife this morning, and then off to the football. And I think I'm going to try and stretch it a bit and maybe get a few beers this evening as well. What are you thinking?
Oh.
Your Father's Day voucher stretched that far, Damo, for a few beers after the
I'll
game
be trying. I'll be trying.
I think your good friend Chappie's looking for a few beers this evening. Yeah.
Lachlan Watson took the ball very well, very comfortable then.
Ooh.
Kandarovski might have won that one, but no. Got away with it. Dowes comes up with it.
Sorry, just on Kandarovski, he's been very solid at the back. He's organising defence.
It's even when he doesn't have the ball, as you say, the organisation. Look at this, he's just talking them through the game.
But even so, Magic a little bit flat here. That's why I like to see a run beyond by the Jets, just to throw it out
This
a little bit.
This is the first time. Look, the fullbacks pushed real high for the Jets here.
Nice turn from Jackson Friendo to keep possession of the ball.
Because sometimes a slow build-up, it can get Magic and set.
It's the first time Dowsey, the left backs, pushed high in the game.
Well played by Friendo.
Sure was. He did well to keep the ball there a couple of times. Salt the
strong
Berger
boy,
for the
isn't
back
he,
of
for
Cummings.
his
They will go quickly. Broadmeadow imagining a chance maybe for Justin Mikulev, and a touch. Vital touch from Zach Lloyd. Still had them worried. It'll be a corner though for Broadmeadow.
Well,
But that's what they can do to you.
And that opportunity came just as I said. It's the first time Jets had pushed the full-back forward, and they almost got caught.
We've got a change now for the emerging
I think
Jets
this is
as
young
well.
Lundy coming on.
Yeah, Matthew Aldred has been withdrawn and Regan Lundy brought into proceedings.
just on Zach Lloyd, Craig Dean said he usually plays fullback, but at the moment he's playing centre back and he's got pace.
Comes into the
So
edge.
Magic are turning the screw a bit here, guys.
Mikulev will try again here. It's across, it's down, and
Yeah.
it is in.
And there's a goal. And there's Kantarovsky.
Alex Kantarovsky getting a foot on it, poking it home into an open net, and gives Broadmeadow the lead in the under-22 grand final.
And that's what we said. A
Yeah.
goal's going to come from a set piece.
Yeah.
It virtually came from the set piece. They had the set piece, went straight back out to the person who took the corner,
Yeah.
straight back in. They got the size. That's the thing against the younger boys,
Yeah.
Magic. And Kantarovsky's had a tremendous game. Caps off with a goal.
And you know what? In reflection of the first 10 minutes, that's probably fair. Magic have came out real well second half, and they're probably deserving of that goal. And there's going to be a change here. I didn't think Max had Max had recovered from that in the first half. And here's a little pocket rocket coming on now. Sammy Webb. He had a fabulous game, and he was named man of the match in the 19s.
So Sammy Webb's on course to win 2 medals today. Like his old man.
Yeah, looking like.
We mentioned before, was there going to be a goal? I was actually, believe it or not, I was actually going to say I think there will be a goal in this, more towards the latter end of the game. But
Well, this is really interesting now. Will Magic change the way they play, or will they sit in even deeper and try and catch them again?
if I was Magic, just continue on.
Yeah,
'cause
I'd say-
they've looked very comfortable
Go
in
for it now.
defence.
Yeah.
Where the Jets, they need to play their 1-2s. They need to try and overload the midfield.
Yeah.
They need to get guys going one-on-one with players, just to break it up a little bit.
So this is interesting as well. So Sam, predominantly left-footed player, he's over on the right here. So
Kantarovsky.
He's very strong there, and he's got a chance now for Broadmeadow to counter. That
And
ball
Justin's
is a
got
bit wide.
pace.
It's Mikulev, though, who's won the foot race.
that's a corner.
Dwyer does well enough in the end, though.
You know what, Mikulev, he's a good player.
He's fabulous.
Nick Webb said to me he's the one to watch. He's very creative and he can dribble with speed.
Yeah, I spotted him. Would have been maybe 3 years ago now. When was it the Olympic and Magic played in a 19s grand final here a few years back, and he would have been. So what age would he have been then? He's only a young boy, and I spotted him straight away. He sat in the 10.
He would have been 16.
Yeah, he bossed the game. He's a real good player.
You know what? I also like how Magic got 2 on the ball here. It just sucks their
it does.
defenders out.
Good variation.
Good area again. This is Sam Webb. And then taken
No.
off by Neon Kuru.
Great
Chance
ball.
now for
Yeah, that's good.
emerging Jets to break. They've got numbers forward. If they can play the right ball, they haven't. Oh, that's a let off for Broadmeadow.
I would have liked to see Kent check off the defender,
Yep.
come back and get the ball, turn, is one-on-one.
One-on-one there,
One-on-one.
And you'd have to fancy him in a foot race in that one. So just a little thing on Regan that's came on for the Jets. He will come and show for the ball. He'll want the ball. He's a good little player, and he likes the ball at feet. He'll come and show for the ball a lot.
Here's Neon Kuru. Oh, straight down the keeper's throat.
You know what? That is better by the Jets. They're having some cracks. They're having a shot. That's
Yeah.
good. It took him on one-on-one. That's what we said. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Just noticed too, we've got Joey O'Connor now at left back for the emerging Jets. So it looks like maybe that Jacob Dowse has been taken off as well. Keep an eye to see if he's still on the pitch at the moment.
Yeah, I didn't see a second sub being made there.
I don't know. They must have. Maybe they snuck that one through. Well, Broadmeadow were making their first change as well.
Yeah, they maybe made it at the goal. There's that run.
Mackenzie's out with the head. There's a bit of a mix up there in the end, though. Falls favourably to Duggan.
And just on that move there, that's what we said. It'd be good for the Jets to turn Magic around. A few long balls. That's the first time I've really seen them done a long ball. And, I caught Magic off guard and they nearly scored.
Yeah, it did.
I think Kanarowski needs to pull himself back into the midfield there. He sort of just crept forward a little bit. They need his experience at the back.
Salt wins the ball with Ross. Nyankuru. Nice turn.
This is much better.
Aaron Nyankuru goes himself. Always rising, though.
That's what we're saying. We need players to take players on, don't we, from the Jets? Because at the moment it was just very structured, very organised, and Magic were able to just sit in and just compensate for that.
Yeah.
Now
it's making them second guess a bit now as well.
Yeah, Aaron did well there. That's what you want. You want him taking players on. He's really quick on his feet.
He'll be disappointed. For him, that's two good opportunities he's had. The one he put down the keeper's throat and the one over the bar. He'll be disappointed he's not got anything out of that.
Yeah, Craig Dean said he's very skillful and he's great in a one-on-one situation, which you could tell in that situation.
Lachlan Watson does well there. Maybe two just picked out a teammate.
If they get a chance in and around the box, a set piece, I'd be fairly certain Aaron may take it. When I had him at Aaron's time, I had to actually ask him to go home to turn the lights off sometimes. We're just taking free kick after free kick. He puts a lot of practice into the game.
Yeah.
He found a way through there. This is not a bad spell for the Jets.
I'm liking the Jets at the moment. They've just sort of changed it up a little bit. They're starting to take players on. A few 1-2s there, rather than their really consistent structured play.
Yeah, they're having some time in the game here.
Nyankuru again cutting inside. This time he looks for the pass over the top.
So this could be a chance for young Regan here.
This is Lundy, and then back to Dwyer.
So Magic getting ready to make another change, I can see there. Might be even two changes here. Looks like young Levy's ready to come on. And
Connor's made a run forward, but they've gone the other way. Thompson, McKenzie's out to it.
I'm liking the way the Jets are going about their business at the moment.
Yeah,
they've changed it up a little bit.
Yeah, they're having a crack here.
A little bit more direct rather than just knocking the ball around. Sometimes you need to knock the ball around to suck Magic out, but obviously it wasn't happening in the first half. And hello, Mr. and Mrs. Haynes. Big day for your son today.
Just playing it across the centre-half pairing of Salt and Lloyd at the moment. This is Salt, the captain, finds Nyankuru. Again, he's a real danger man. He's still going. Nyankuru tries to play the ball through, didn't quite sneak it in there.
Yeah, it's looking like if something's going to happen for the Jets, it might come through young Aaron here. He'll be disappointed again, though. He's getting into good areas, and he'll be disappointed that he's not getting more from this.
You know what? I think he should have pulled the trigger there.
Absolutely.
Well.
You know, I'm surprised he didn't. He's quite a selfish player when he has the ball sometimes, and I'm surprised he didn't have a crack at that.
But it will be another change for the Magic. It's going to be Amon Curry that will be withdrawn.
This is an interesting change. This is going to be tactical, I think.
A substitution for Broadmeadow Magic. Number 3, Amon Curry, replaced by number 7, Levis Asenge.
It's Levis Asenge that comes onto the pitch now. Here's O'Connor. He might go himself. He does. Hooks it wide, though.
Oh, his first touch just let him down a bit. It sort of the ball just rolled away from him. Yeah, so he couldn't get his balance to have that strike.
So how long we got to go, guys? We got 22 minutes.
That's good maths there, great.
Thanks very much.
22 minutes for the emerging Jets to find a goal. They looked a bit more likely in about the last 5 minutes or so. Getting some joy, particularly down this side, just under our commentary position.
So look at this. Magic just coming in, sitting in. What you got, Jakes? This is turning into a real good game, this, guys.
It's been of a good standard as well. Both sides knocked the ball down really well. They've just, we keep saying, they're both structured, they're both organised. It's like a game of chess.
And the refs let it go well.
The ref's done a great job. Rebecca's done a great job.
Same as the young ref in the 19's game. You're not speaking about them, and they're letting the game go when they can.
Didn't want to let that go, so Captain Harrison's getting some attention from Anders Oldham. They go quickly now. Friendo is taken off him though. And a chance for Broadmeadow maybe to break his descent.
Yeah, they got numbers here.
He's got Cummings on the run. That's too far in front of him though.
That was well read by Lachlan Watson, the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
good sweeper work. He knew straight away. As soon as the ball went over the top, he was on top of that.
Yeah, he doesn't come out to that. Cummings is keeping that ball in, and they're under trouble.
But then again, look at Magic's playing a nice high line.
Yep.
A fairly high line. Look, 15 metres between their strikers and defence. Really compact.
He's done well there, strong, despite the challenge from Kandarovsky. They come up with it in the end to
Yeah, I thought the ref might have blew up that one.
No chance. Lundy. And then Harrison.
Kandarovsky
gets
again.
a foot in.
He's been good, Kandarovsky, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Solid.
You expect that though, don't you? You were thinking he'd have a good game today.
Yeah, experience. And he's a first grader as well, so...
Now, if he can find Levy here, oh, he's went the other way. Okay.
One-on-one here. He should go. He should attack him. Attack.
So this is Mikulev.
Oh, he's made Sammy work hard for that. Well, that was some tiny pace by Sammy.
You know what? I actually like the run of Cummings. He went inside, allowed Mikulev to. To go on the outside.
Yeah.
Then he had one-on-one. You know what? He probably should have taken one-on-one because the defender was getting a bit tired. He was backtracking. So, but he done the right thing and played to Sam Webb. But I think if he had his time again, you're going at the defender.
He almost had too many options there because he had Levy coming in on the right as well.
Even here, Magic. Look, they've got 4v1 at the back. You know, they're keen to lock this away.
Boxed away by Watson. And Lloyd cleans up as well. Harrison's all alone at the front.
Oh, great tackle. That's the point. We've been asking him to do more work rate, and then he's done it there.
Yeah.
That was a big tackle.
That was Cummings.
Yeah, it's the first time he's dropped
as well, and nearly comes up with it in the area as well. In the end, it was O'Connor to the rescue.
A prime example of a.
That's a great ball.
There we go. Harrison could be on here. Clash of bodies, and the assistants decided that that's a free kick.
Yeah, it looked like he just got him in the back. Harrison just got him in the back. Just on number 9s, you look at Daniel McBreen for Edgeworth.
Yeah.
He works his box socks off, doesn't he, in defence?
He works his what?
I don't know what I was going to say. I was going to say bollocks.
He does.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a great example of the work you need to do off the ball as a striker to support the team.
Yeah. And he's definitely got potential, this Tyson Cummins. Just like to see him work a little bit harder in defence. Like he did just earlier, when he closed it down.
Some nines they just have that knack of just wanting to be. Yeah. They want to do the work off the ball, but they're also that frightened that they're not in the right place if the ball turns over.
And you don't mind that, especially if you're knocking in goals like Tyson. I think he's about 15 goals this year.
Yeah, I think he's got 9. Is it more than that? 15. Right. Okay.
We're going to have the final change for the emerging Jets. It's going to be Jackson Friendo taken off, and Riley Smith will finish off the final 17 minutes or so of this match.
That's an interesting change. For me, they've taken off Friendo, and he gives them that bit physical presence in there.
Jackson Friendo replaced by number 9, Riley Smith.
It'll be interesting to see how that goes, because Friendo for me is the one player that can give them the physical presence in the middle. And
so you'd have to think that maybe that's going to cause a bit of a reshuffle. I guess it depends where Smith.
I'm actually thinking that here's a good example of what I was going to say. I reckon Jets are going to go and try and stretch the game a bit here and go a bit longer now. They're going to try and they know that Magic are sitting in, and that they're going to say, right, okay, if you're going to sit in, we're going to get the ball in that area. You reckon CT will be in time for the next game?
Probably not. Last week's semi-final, Edgeworth versus Western, I think it was about 15 minutes late.
Yeah, I might have been responsible for that. It was me who was picking up.
Look at Kandarovsky organising his strikers, organising his defence. Like you said, what he does off the ball is just as important.
Yeah.
There's a nice move into the middle there from Mikulev, in fact, to make the pass. Neon Guru comes up with it again now, and then Broadmeadow middle of the park.
I like how Jets are changing up here. See, they were going the first time ball over the top there. It was unsuccessful, but you know what? If it did get beyond, they are in trouble, the Magic.
And I think this sub they've made is intentionally how they're going to play out the last 20 minutes here.
Rossman's run through there by Konjarski. Off the ball, he took a fair thumping there, in fact.
Yeah, the number 20.
Seems to be all right.
You know, the two sixes for Magic, Konjarski and Oldham. They went about their business real well today. We've not spoke much about them.
Yep.
But for two holding midfielders, that can often just be a sign they've went quietly about their business.
Yep.
We've not mentioned them much, and they've dominated them there.
Yep, definitely agree.
And for me, taking Frendo off is a good example of how dominating they've been.
I like Frendo as well as
a
player.
I do.
Very comfortable on the ball.
I'm surprised that it can only be that tactical reason they've done it, because he's very good on the ball, he sprays a good pass, and I think it is an intent that they're going to go a bit longer the last 15 minutes, Jets.
And I think Frendo's had a good game.
He has. He had a very good game.
So we won't see any more substitutions in this match anyway, because Anders Oldham has just been withdrawn for Lachlan Webb.
There's a chance.
A chance.
Oh, yeah.
And a goal! An emphatic finish. Riley Smith, the substitute, puts the emerging Jets back in this one.
But that goes down to the top two.
Yeah, brilliant.
We said, what did we say before? We said we need the Jets players to take players on. Something a bit different. That comes down to Thompson. Well played by...
And a great finish. But yeah, I agree. Thompson, he's made that.
And that's what, you know what, that's exactly what Craig Dean said to me last night. He's got a powerful shot. He's a great one-on-one attacker, like he did then, and a powerful runner, and that's what he did.
Who finished that?
Riley Smith was on the end of it, so he's only been on the pitch 3 minutes, and he has a goal.
That might have been one of his first touches of the game.
Wouldn't be far off it, in fact. You may be right there.
And you know what? Craig Dean said to me last night, Riley Smith has got an eye for goal.
Yeah.
And he did. And what a great strike.
You know what?
Set up for him and whack.
Good, well done, Jets. They've changed their shape. They probably went against their game plan. They've went a bit longer and they've got a goal from it.
100% agree.
Look to see now if Broadmeadow come back at them.
So this is going to be an interesting last 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see if Magic now change their shape up slightly, or if they still sit in and go. Because you got to decide, do you want to go at the lottery penalties, or do you want to go and try and win the game?
If I was Magic, I wouldn't change anything. I would not change anything. They're comfortable in defence. They just have to be careful of those one-on-one situations. Yeah. But you know what? The Jets they're doing well the last 10 minutes.
I must say, I'm really enjoying this game.
See now, what Broadmeadow have in response, we just confirmed as well.
Oh, and there's that run.
A chance. Cummings is at Watson. Has done well there, body in the way. It's still not quite cleared.
Lachlan Watson, that was high class, because he came and he knew his hands were there and he just turned his body. He did very well.
Yeah, he did used to play outside Lachlan, only recently he became a goalkeeper.
It was like a shunting movement, wasn't it? Just near the train line. Near on Kuru now. Has a chance to hair down this left-hand flank.
This game's end-to-end. What a ball. Here's a chance.
Harrison still
That's going to be a goal.
It's across the face, still in there and blocked. Right at the near post.
The Jets, I'll tell you what, the last 10 minutes have really come in. They're taking players on. This is what we like to see.
I feel it was with the vital interception standing against the woodwork.
Neon Kuru did tremendous things. But you know the other thing is, with the guy making the run, I forget his name, he could have cut inside. Then he would have been one-on-one with the goalkeeper if he had his chance again. Yep. I'll tell you what.
Corner comes over.
Where's your call it, Dan? Where's this game going?
I really have no idea at the moment, but it's really electric now. They've really picked up.
It's been a good quality 22's game, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been fabulous.
There's Kent Harrison again. Finally, they get it off him. Broadmeadow will play forward now.
Yeah, I've seen that as well, Dino.
And you know the thing is, Ken Harrison, we talk about the number 9's chase back in defence. Ken Harrison, who has been playing at the number 9, he worked very hard in defence there and caused the turnover.
Lloyd nearly got himself in a muddle there.
He did well, Lloyd.
He's got Dwyer under pressure though now, instead from Sam Webb. And then back to Lloyd. And now here's Mikulev. Chance for Broadmeadow to feed off scraps. Watson's out to it.
I don't think Micallef realised the space he had there.
He could have drove a goal, couldn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just evaded Neon Kuru there. So Broadmeadow will have it. Here's Desenge. Get it off him in the end. Riley Smith. And then plays forward for Lundy.
Great ball.
Great
Harrison
ball.
could go to goal here. It's Kent Harrison.
Oh, great save. What a great
Mackenzie
ball.
was down well. He
The
was
game's
assured.
stretched now, isn't it?
Who played that ball? That was a high quality ball. Sorry, one of the midfielders. I think the number 10
It was
was it?
Regan Lundy.
It was Regan Lundy.
Great ball, well weighted.
He's done well since he came on.
And saying that, Brad McKenzie positioned himself perfect, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he done well. It's that ball they've been looking for in behind, isn't it? And
That's
they're
what I was
using
saying in
it
the
now.
first half.
Yeah.
They weren't doing that in the first
Yeah.
half. They're all coming short for the ball.
The game wasn't as open though, you know, it's the spaces to play those balls now. Jets are up for this now.
Thompson again was unlucky.
Just confirmed as well, Ben Homer just in the back of the booth again just then. This one will still go straight to penalties if it stays this way. Desenge does a good job to keep it in. He
We
finds
should be getting
Cummings.
the team sheets for first grade soon, I'd imagine.
First grade, of course, coming up at 2:30 p.m. right here on Bar TV, thanks to Top Better. That's the grand final for the PS4 National Premier Leagues, Northern New South Wales. Still got 10 minutes to play here, though.
Kenarowski again, he's been absolutely solid
Yeah.
today. He's been one of the best on ground. In saying that, he's one of the most experienced on ground as well, so we'd expect that.
Who's been your pick for the Jets? I must say Thompson. I think he's playing well.
Thompson's been very good.
Yeah.
I actually like Frendo in the first half and the second half.
That's why I can only imagine, obviously, the experience and how good a coach Deansy is. That's been an absolute tactical decision.
And he's coming on really good.
He has.
Kenarowski looks tired here.
It's Riley Smith with the ball across.
That's a
Handball,
penalty.
maybe, yes.
Yeah, it's a handball.
Penalty.
And I must say, I think it was.
I totally agree with that.
His arm was at his side, Duggan, but then he threw it out
Yeah,
at the
when
ball.
when you lift the arm
Yeah.
up, you're looking for some trouble here.
And you know what was very noticeable then? This more direct play by the Jets.
Yeah.
It's really working well.
They've turned the game round.
A great run by
Yeah.
Ken Harrison. Kenarowski was tired. He was trying to chase him down, and that allowed him to get into the box and cross the ball.
This is a big
On the balance of the
moment.
game, I think this has been coming. The Jets have been pressing hard the last 10 minutes.
Last 10-15 now.
Regan
So we've
Lundy.
seen one penalty saved already in the 19s.
Regan Lundy has a chance from the spot. He makes no mistake. And the emerging Jets take the lead for the first time this afternoon.
And you know what? I thought Magic deserved to lead at 1-0, but the Jets have fought back in the last 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
And you know what? To be honest, they deserve to be back in front.
I can't disagree with that.
What does Webb do now? Me, I'll be going 3 at the back, pushing numbers forward.
Yeah.
It's all about the result today.
Do you bring Kantarowski into a midfield role where he can dominate the game a bit more, and you leave the younger kids at the back?
Agree. The only thing is, when Ken Harrison ran past Kenarowski there, he looked tired
Yeah.
because he's worked his bollocks off today. So
Maybe more reason to put him in the middle then if you're going to go 3 at the back.
maybe. Yeah, we need pace when you go 3 at the back, don't you?
Dwyer knocks that one into the back of the grandstand. Broadmeadow now have to do something.
Haven't these kids shown great attitude? Because you forget it's an under-22's competition, but some of these kids are 15, 16-year-old.
Exactly.
And to come back and now dominate a game like
The
this.
stretch, Kent Harrison on the run. Neon Kuru queuing up at the back. Harrison plays it across. Oh, he
Very
ran
impressed
himself out of room.
with the Jets' attitude here.
You know what?
Earned a corner though.
Great defending by the Magic defender.
Yeah.
Just on the Jets, the way they're breaking, the up tempo, it's tremendous, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
and they didn't do that in the first half. They mainly just held possession, which was good as well.
Yeah.
But they've really changed it up, and you know, Magic's starting to look a little bit tired.
I'm just very impressed. The young kids, and they went a goal behind, and they've showed real character.
You know what? Sometimes young kids don't do that. You know.
No, they don't.
Left a fair few back here for the emerging Jets. They're looking to take this lead now. Neon Kuru swings it in. It's not a bad
could finish
area.
this here.
Here's a chance. Screwed wide. Not cleared quite yet.
Yeah.
Lundy
Magic-
goes his own again, and
Magic
it's just past the post. It got
Magic are
helped
tired.
Magic are
wide
tired.
though. So another corner.
Hey, just on Lundy, he's been good since he's come on.
You know what? You wouldn't rule Magic out yet, though. This is a team that came from 2-0 down to overturn a...
Yeah. Just on Lundy, Deansy said he's doing his tiling apprenticeship at the moment. is an excellent technical player, as we've seen, but also is great on free kicks, i.e. the penalty spot.
Well, there's good football blood in that family.
A bit further over, it's helped on, but it will be Thompson that comes up with it.
So it's really Magic's turn to show this character now, isn't it? And try and overturn this. They've got, best part of 5 minutes.
Return to Thompson, they've earned another corner, and this is soaking up valuable seconds. 5.5 minutes remaining in regular time in this second half.
He's been good, Thompson, hasn't he, James Thompson?
Yeah, he's been very good.
Got a different corner taken now as well. In fact, I think that is James Thompson who's still out there.
He's one of their more experienced players age-wise as well. I think he's 17, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Lloyd. Well, he went back through the middle, but they got away with it.
So, guys, who's going to be your man of the match?
Well, I don't know at the moment. I'm just going to wait to see the game unfold because there's been some great plays on both teams, and here we go.
Turnover again and a chance for the Jets
What
to
a ball
break.
again.
Harrison could go through here. Kent Harrison, nice touch inside. Harrison!
Oh, great save.
McKenzie does enough.
Tell you what, McKenzie's pulled off some good saves in the last 5 minutes.
He's a first-grade goalkeeper as well. But what a great ball in by the number 9.
Yeah.
So.
It's the sub that came on, scored the first
Riley
goal.
Smith, sorry, yeah. Great ball, well-weighted pass. That was
Tell
a
you what,
great ball.
the subs for Jets have came on. They've made a real impact in the game.
And you know what? Full credit to Deans. Craig Deans.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been Chris, but that would definitely.
It wasn't Chris Barlow.
Nah, it would have been
Deans,
Deansy, 100%.
Campbell Ross.
Barlow will be analysing the game.
Desenge brings it out for the Magic now. Lloyd knocks it into the stands. Anywhere will do at the moment. Got some multi-ball again.
I know a drill where you can use 2 balls.
Yeah, somebody said they were going to show me that.
Jets will be happy here.
Yeah, the clock's almost upon us now. Oh, that'll be beat o'clock for me soon, watching the first grade game.
Great ball.
Could be a chance. Desenge was shielded away from by Salt, and Watson was out well, and he's nearly walked that out of his own penalty area.
He's been good,
In fact,
Watson.
I'm glad he was careful. He has been very good today.
Ken Harrison again, nice nod on.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain he was an outfield player for a while.
He was, yeah, until about 3 years ago, I'm told.
Yep, he was. 16-year-old, currently a high school student.
We were speaking about that in the 19's game, Dano, how it's really a key element of the goalkeepers now that they've got to be able to play with the ball at the feet.
Exactly.
The game's just demanding it now.
Oh, well played. He's a good player, Riley Lundy.
Yeah.
So Connor, he doesn't get
Regan.
first to it. It was
Regan, sorry.
Yeah, right.
Salusi that was in the way, and then pumps it long. We've got a free kick, and we
Oh,
have got
yeah.
a booking
Yeah, it's for the previous one.
for Konjaski. And in fact, that's the first time we've seen a card in this match.
You know what? Rebecca Davies has been excellent today. The
The
referee has been excellent.
Yeah, the referees have been up to standard today. We've got Diggers in first grade, I believe.
Yep, Diggers in first grade. It's going to be his last first grade referee appointment.
Yeah, congratulations to him.
He's had a great year, Diggers. Got Ryan Gallagher and James Clear on the line, both physiotherapists, who I know. Both.
Yeah. Is it? I think I know James. Up me,
Yep.
Frantic now for Broadmeadow. Desenge has it.
Can we get a
Blue
chance?
shirts around him. Nadfalusi it comes back to. He'll
sugge-
try to knock it over. Cummings is waiting for it. It's over his head. Webb will have a chance. Fires it over the bar.
I'm really surprised they've not pushed Cantor up for the last couple of minutes.
I'd do the same. You know, you just need a big body up there against the young boys.
Just something coming off him, a little move in the box.
You know what? If I was the Jets here, I'll be wasting so much time because the stop doesn't clock in 22s.
No.
They've got just over a minute to go.
Been a very good game. I've enjoyed it.
Agree. And of a very good standard as well.
Yeah. Two good coaches who've set their teams up well, and for me, I'm just can't believe the attitude the Jets have had from going 1-0 down. It's so surprising and very good to see.
And we said that at the start of the show. Deansy said that the focus today is about winning. You know, Emerging Jets is all about developing players, but they need to learn how to win, and that's what they've done today.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not over yet, but...
I reckon the fat lady's about to sing.
Lucy takes a throw, finds Desenge.
Well defended.
Can't get through the crowd of bodies there. It's O'Connor that comes up with it.
It's late.
Advantage played by referee.
Lucky to start in the park, actually.
Yeah, because he's just been booked as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, just been booked.
Yeah, I think...
Jask in the middle of the park, lucky to stay on.
The rest noticed that, looked at the clock and went...
Smart refereeing,
It's all over.
And that really should be a free kick to the Jets.
Yeah, this game's over. 2 seconds, and they're going to have to create something here.
There won't be time for that. Referee blows full time, and it is the Emerging Jets 18 years who will be grand final winners in the under-22s in northern New South Wales for 2016. A chance to celebrate for the youngsters.
Yeah, we're just talking about man of the match with Graham Law. There's been some great performances today. On the Jet side, Ken Harrison's been excellent today. Aaron Neonkuru has been excellent. James Thompson has been excellent. Jackson Frendo was excellent until he was subbed. Their back line, Zach Lloyd, Jordan Salt, their captain, he was excellent as well. For the Magic, Alex Kantarowski for me was a standout for Magic in the back line. His experience was second to none, and he got the goal. But also Konjowski, Oldham, all had good games. It was very tough, but we've decided on the man of the match. We'll go to James Thompson for the Jets. And Graham Law's just gone down to get him. You can actually see him on the screen right now, Graham Law talking to James Thompson. He's about to bring him up for a quick interview.
Centre of the shot, can't miss him. So while we're waiting for that to happen, we'll go through a summary of how this played out. It all happened in the second half, really. We went in scoreless after a kind of cagey opening half. But then 10 minutes into the second stanza, Alex Kantarowski poked one home from a scramble at the corner to put Broadmeadow Magic ahead. Riley Smith, however, got one back for the Emerging Jets in the 66th minute. He'd only just been subbed on. He'd only been on the pitch for 3 minutes. And then Adam Duggan giving away a penalty in the 71st minute. Regan Lundy made no mistake from the spot, placed it beautifully and set the keeper the wrong way, and the full-time score, Broadmeadow Magic 1, the Emerging Jets 18 years 2. We've got our man of the match ready for an interview now. Boys, take it away.
Yeah, we've got Tomo with us here. Tomo, first of all, congratulations. I don't know how it felt in the park, but us watching it here, it was a thoroughly enjoyable game to watch. Maybe a question. When you went 1-0 down, something that the three of us noticed, you seemed to stretch Magic and go a bit longer. Was that a game plan if you did go behind? Yeah, very good. And also for you forget how young you guys are playing in an under-22's competition. And your subs came on and made a great impact.
No, it was 16. Rugby did, but it was just a 4-bar.
Yeah, good.
James, mate, I was very impressed with your performance. I love how you attack players one-on-one, and I thought Deans, who's an outstanding coach, which I'll get a comment about Craig Deans in a second, but yeah, for him to change shape, go to the 4-2-4, which created the one-on-one, I thought that was a real difference in that last 15 minutes, and you know what, you've had quite a few chances where in the first half it was a real stalemate. And on Craig Deans, obviously we interviewed Chris Bowling, who's a good mate of mine, and he thinks he's an excellent goalkeeper coach. But on Craig Deans and Bolo and the coaching staff, they've been tremendous this year for you guys. Yeah, and even looking at the structure and how organised you are in defence and in attack, it's great to watch.
and stuff, all the Jets.
And finally, mate, congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
going in, well, obviously you can't have a beer tonight because you're under 18, but go have a nice soda water.
I will.
Or-
Thank you.
Congratulations, well done.
Thanks to James Thompson and thanks to Graham Law and Damien Smith for that interview there. We'll get a quick wrap up from you guys before we take a break as well. And Graham Law and Damien Smith, how you saw that match in total?
Great game for me. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Two very different tactical games. Both coaches changed it and tried to go and win it at the end. And I just finished with the character of the kids. I honestly thought to see that character, those kids in the Jets team come back and win against a very good Magic team was, it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed the game.
100% agree. You know, both very good 22 side. Deserved to be here on the final day. Unfortunately for Magic, Nick Webb done a great job. I thought he set up tremendous.
Yep.
Defensive structure was great. Deserved the goal.
Yep.
But however, the Jets fall back. Like you said, the character of the Jets was tremendous. And also the tactical change to throw players forward from Craig Deans was high quality coaching.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And just on the first grade game, we've just had news through that Josh Pennington is out ski. So
Okay.
we'll fill you in more when we call first grade.
All right, well, thanks very much, guys. I've thoroughly enjoyed my morning and afternoon. Enjoy the first grade game, and I'm away to have a few tins.
Yeah, thanks, Graham, mate. Love your work today. So you got the rest of the afternoon off, and I'm just about to clear out as well. Ben Homer has just joined us again at the back of our platform. We might get a quick word with him, in fact, before first grade. Ben, what's the news?
Yeah, so as Damien said, Josh Pennington is out. So that's a big out for Broadmeadow Magic. Interestingly, Ben Higgins is on the bench. So I normally would expect him to slot in, but Broadmeadow have obviously decided not to make that decision. Damien, you have some more info on that?
Oh, I actually haven't got info, but I was thinking if that was my choice, is Shane Paul starting?
Shane Paul, I'll just check.
Because the other option is you bring Shane Paul straight in and you push Michael Cannon back to the fence. I haven't spoken to either coaches, but, so let's just see if Shane Paul's starting.
We'll just check if Shane Paul is in the side.
I didn't have
so Shane Paul is on the bench as well. So the Broadmeadow starting lineup. So Nick Hartnett in goals. Then we've got Luke Vigili, Matt Hoole, Peter Haynes, Mike Finlayson, John Griffiths, Michael Kanarowski, James Vigili, Lawrence Fotef's going to play at the back, Cal Bradbury, Jaden Barber. Then on the bench is Ben Higgins, Scott Pettit, Shane Paul, Paul Shikawe and Brad McKenzie.
So just on that, they could either bring Lawrence Fotef in at right fullback, push Jaden Barber into the midfield and bring Kanarowski back to stopper. A few changes there. However, Michael Kanarowski, I feel that's his best position at the back rather than in central midfield.
And just quickly, Edgeworth, so Fogarty in goals, McBreen, Don Bazzari will be playing at the back, Aidan Bryce, Lockie Pasquale, Bren Hamill, Brodie Taylor, Keanu Moore, Dylan Holtz, Josh Evans, the captain, and Aaron McLaughlin start. On the bench, Pat Wheeler, Dan Miners, Aidan Gardner, Kigo Moriyasu, and the backup goalkeeper, Josh Lowe, is out. Kai Abrahams comes in, the number 20. So Kai Abrahams, you'd expect probably will stay on the bench, but if there's an injury to Jim Fogarty, a good chance for him as well. I also wanted to just make note, I didn't know what you guys said about the penalty to the Jets youth at the end there, but I thought that was a brilliant call by the referee. I saw it from the other side. He moved his hand to the ball. Brilliant decision.
But if you're an avid viewer of Bar TV and you're listening to us, that's exactly what we said. We thought Rebecca Davies, whose father is an icon referee of Northern New South Wales football, had a tremendous game, and that was a dead set penalty. He moved his arm away from the body, like you said, and in the end, we said Jess deserved the win.
And Rebecca Davies refereed the WPL Grand Final last year. She did a brilliant job, and good luck to her next year. She'll probably be reffing in the NPL, I'd say.
Yep.
And Andrew Digby is the ref for first grade. His last hurrah in
the
NPL.
And I've got some gossip on him a little bit later on, so looking forward to it.
All right, well, Dan, I'll let you wrap it up in the 22's.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. So we can just see the trophy presentation taking place at the moment. It will be the Emerging Jets, 18 years, that will lift silverware this afternoon at Magic Park, coming from behind to win the grand final, 2-1. We're about to take a quick break. I'll sign off for the day. Ben Homer and Damien Smith will be with you for the afternoon for the first grade grand final, and Chris Turner back behind the mic as well. That's coming up, kickoff at 2:30 p.m. We'll take a break. Hope to see you back there very shortly It's the grand final day on Bar TV, brought to you by Top Better.
Coach Nick Webb.